All right, good morning, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. So we have cardio and strength this morning, and we're going to do strength with cardio bursts. Good. 4, 3, heels up, right then left, right and left. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a lower body exercise and an upper body exercise. We're going to do 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest for 2 rounds. And then we're going to do 60 seconds of a cardio exercise. All right, right leg. We're going to swing it front to back. If you're starting to feel a little unbalanced this morning, just start with a toe and a toe. Otherwise, we're going to start to lift it up. 2. Good. Switch it over to the other side, front and back. So again, toe and toe. Or you can start to make it a little bit bigger. Good. 4. Keep going. 3, 2, let's take it out to the side, other leg, so out and in, so out and in. Good. 4, there we go. 3, 2, all right, switch it to the other side, out and in. So again, you can tap and tap. I can't spotlight myself unless there's at least 3 people. 2, good. Switch it to the other side, heel down, toe up. So nice and tall. So I had to wait for there to be 3 people. Change direction before I could hit the spotlight. 4, 3, switch it over to the other side. And then for some reason it said spotlight for everyone. And I'm like, wait, I don't want to spotlight everyone. My brain is not working. Good. Change direction. I didn't want to hit the wrong thing. All right, slow deadlift right here. Hinge it forwards. Stand up nice and tall. So you can have arms down. I like to do this to practice my deadlift. So I'm holding that nice, good spine position. So hinge and bring it back up. 4 more, nice and slow. Start to wake up your hamstring. So your feet are a tripod. So ball of the foot under the pinky toe, and then your heel. Good. Arms out, slow squat, sit it back, stand up nice and tall. So you can see I'm bending my knees. Yes, my knees move towards my toes, but there's a difference between here and then here. Do you kind of see the difference? We want to try not to do the knees forwards. We hinge it back first, and then we sit. Good. Hinge it back. Let's hinge it forwards, open and close your book. So we hold that deadlift position, and we're just going to open that shoulder back behind us. 3, 2, bring it all the way up, arm circle, up and back, bring it back around to the front. So up and back around to the front. It's okay if your circle is more out. We all start somewhere. So ribs tucked, up and back. Bring it back around. Up and back. Bring it back around. Lift. 1 more. Good. Forward step and reach. Take it forward and bring it back. And I should have brought my brace up today and I didn't. So if you're like me, you've got a joint that's kind of a little fussy today, just be nice to it. Forward step, we're going to rotate, step and turn. Good. 4, 3, 2. All right, side lunge, step it out, hold it in place, just a little side to side. So if you do have a joint that's feeling, again, a little fussy, really focus on technique. Don't stress about weights. Focus on technique, quality over quantity. Hold it in the center, cat-cow, inhale, exhale it out. So big breath in, exhale and tuck. You can just belly breathe if you don't want to arch and round. You just inhale, expand the belly, exhale, pull it back in. So if you don't want to arch and round, you're just going to hold a neutral spine. It's a little different. Good. Couple more. Good. Last one. Roll it all the way up, step together. We're going to side step right here. So today we have all standing except for, I think we'll have enough time to do a really quick core finisher. Good, double touch right here. Double touch. So I think we'll have time for a core finisher at the end. That will be on the floor, but the main body of the workout is all standing today. 2. All right, we're gonna step, knees up, knees up. So we're just trying to get our heart rate up a little bit before we get into our workout. Hamstring curls right here, reach. 4, 3, in the center, this is our heel stomps. Stomp, so stomp it down. You don't have to jump, but if you can, I want you to try it. Now yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I gave you the goal to try to do this barefoot. Good, march it out, shake it out. Walk around, grab a quick drink of water. I gave you the goal of once a day to try to do our heel stomps or our jumps barefoot. Because, you know, we're trying to go for a little bone building impact. And if you have really, really cushy shoes, it's going to decrease that impact a little bit. So I just want to know, has anybody tried it yet? Okay, we're going to do 2 side-stepping squats. So we're going to go squat 1, squat 2, change direction, squat 1, squat 2. Go as deep as you can. Second exercise, bicep curls. 2 rounds of that. Our cardio exercise, we've been doing a lot of lateral bounding. It's kind of like a skater, but I want you to pause. So I want you to step and I want you to try to hold that single leg stance. So 2 rounds of strength, 1 burst of cardio. Grab a dumbbell or 2 if you would like. I'm just gonna grab 1, double side step squats in 3, 2, and 1. So we just start. I'm gonna have dumbbell at my chest. Your time's on, you don't have to wait for me. But this is our strength. So side stepping squats, down and up. Now, if you want to do more than 2, if you want to do 3 or 4 side steps and you have the space, go for it. We just want to make sure that we're getting both sides of our body fairly evenly. So if we do 10 on the right, we want to try to do 10 on the left. So just side, center, side, and center. And again, this is your strength. We don't have to speed through this. This is where I encourage you to get a heavier dumbbell. 2 and 1. Good job. This is where I encourage you. Heavier dumbbells. This is strength. I'm going to do a round with 15s. We're going to see how this goes today. 2 and 1. So again, I'm going heavier. I am going to just do alternating. If you're going lighter, try to do both arms at the same time. So we talk about volume. So heavier weights, you're usually going to do fewer reps because the weight is heavier, it's a little more challenging. But if you're going to go lighter, you're going to get that volume in because you're going to do more reps. Just think about what's the heaviest thing that you have to pick up. You need to be able to do that. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Dumbbells down. 1 more set. We're going to do our double squats, and then we're going to do our curls, and then we're going to do our little burst of cardio. Here's 3, 2, and 1. So we take it out. Side step, lift, side step, lift. When we side step, we want to have our weight evenly distributed between both feet. So sometimes we kind of shift our weight into that side, or we leave it in the first side. We step, we center, we squat and together. Step, center, squat and together. And this is a good time. Work on technique. So like I said, my knee's bugging me a little today, but this feels all right. If your knee is bugging you, body weight is okay, or lighter than you would normally do. Good, rest. We're gonna go back for our bicep curls. So we gotta think something is better than nothing. So some squats are better than heavy squats. Here's 2 and 1. So it's just a nice good lift. Nice, good lower. Forearm comes to our bicep. So we don't have to lift and then pop that elbow up. We don't have to feel like we've got to get that dumbbell all the way up to our ears. Just think, forearm to your bicep. Don't have to get knuckles to shoulders. Good, 10 seconds. We're gonna set the dumbbells down and we're gonna go through a nice cardio burst. 3, 2, and 1. Good job, dumbbells down. We're gonna go for those lateral bounds, so it's kind of like a skater. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I want you to bound and hold, bound and hold. And I want you to see, I want you to cover distance. How far over can you go? How far over can you go? So we're laterally bounding. So bound, hop, hold it if you can. Lateral bound. Now if you need to just do big step and hold, you can do that too. I want you to try that bound. And again, instead of going super fast, this one we're still a little slower. I want you to think about holding, pause. So it's an action shot. Somebody just took your picture and you froze. So lateral bound, hold. Lateral bound, hold. You can use those arms. Swing, swing. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, shake it out. Walk around, grab a drink of water. We're gonna move on. Circuit number 2. Lower body is deadlifts. Upper body is rows. 2 rounds of that. Cardio exercise, hamstring curls. So decide what you want to do. Grab a couple dumbbells, deadlifts in 3, 2, and 1. So we just hinge forward and we stand tall. So hinge and lift. And you can see I've got my ribs tucked under and I hold that same body position as I hinge it forwards. Reach down to the side of my ankle, grab my socks, pull my socks up. Or maybe you've already got your socks up, you're grabbing your waistband and you're going to pull up on your waistband. Because if we reach out far in front of us and we try to pull on our waistband, that's not gonna work very well. So we have to reach kind of straight down by our ankles, grab the side of our pants and pull it up. Good, dumbbells down, little rest, we're gonna do rows. Today I am gonna do a single-sided supported row. You are welcome to do both arms at the same time, but I'm just gonna have it supported. 2 and 1. So I'm gonna row and release. We're not turning our bodies as we row. So just row and release. I'm getting a little bit more scapula movement. I'm letting my scapula drop a little bit, but I am not letting my body rotate. This is all shoulder blade control. If you want to do both at the same time, go for it. If you have back issues, sometimes doing a single-sided supported row will help take some of the pressure off of your back. So like I'm doing, or a kneeling position if you've got a bench. Good, rest. So sometimes, again, if you've got issues with your back, a supported row is gonna feel a little bit better. It's gonna just take that pressure off. Grabbing our dumbbells, round number 2, deadlifts, 2 and 1. So hinge it forwards, stand nice and tall. So feet hip width apart, again, brace your core, hinge the hips back and lift. Sometimes we go back and then we wanna go a little farther, and so we start to collapse at our chest or at our low back, and we just don't even realize we're doing it. We wanna think shoulders down and back, hinge it forwards, lift it tall. You might only get to about your knee. That's okay. You don't have to get all the way down to the floor. If you want to do a little stretching and a little mobility, go for it, but you don't have to. This is strength. 2 and 1. Good. Rows. So that's our strength. That's what we want to focus on. So we don't have to do forehead to knees and hands to floor. But again, I'm going to do my supported row. So hands on a bench or on a chair. Good. And I'm just going to drive it up to my hips and then slowly release. And then I'm going to pull and release. So I'm thinking about what my shoulder blade is doing. When I go forward, it wraps around the side of my body just a little bit. And then when I come up, I pull the middle part in towards my spine. So just nice, good lift. Focus on back. Good, 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it up. Super short rest. We're gonna go for hamstring curls. You can do a press back, you can do a pull back, you can do a pull down. 2 and 1, so hamstring curls right here. So this is your low version. You can do like a little tricep kickback, or you can do a press back. Again, we're working back of the body in this circuit. We did deadlifts, we did rows. Now we're doing a press back with a hamstring curl. You can pull your arms up and do kind of a wide row. Or if your shoulders are okay with it, we're gonna pull it up and down, like we're pulling our chin up over that chin-up bar, that pull-up bar. It can be a little out, and I want you to think about the pull. It's really easy to just think, I'm pushing something away. I want you to pull something towards you, whatever you're doing. So if you're here, or if you're here, pull it towards you. You want to bring it as close as you can. In order to do that, we need to use our back. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Shake it out. Walk around. Grab a quick drink of water. We're going to go circuit number 3. We're going to do a lunge and a side lunge. If you want to do a forward lunge, side lunge, you can. If you want to do a reverse lunge, side lunge, you can. And then two-way shoulders. We're going to do up, out, and down on the first circuit. And then we're going to do side, front on the second circuit. So it's kind of doing a little bit of a circle. Your cardio first is going to be jumping jacks, and you don't have to jump. So decide if you want to do dumbbells or not, and if you want to do a forward lunge or a reverse before you do that side lunge. 45 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So I'm going to do a forward lunge, and we're going to do one side only. So I'm going to do a forward lunge, tap it in, side lunge, tap it in. So for me, that just means that the same leg is going to be working the entire time. If you do it a reverse lunge and a side lunge, it's going to be each leg gets a little bit of work on this round. Either way is fine. You're going to even it up when we switch sides. Just know that if you're doing a forward lunge this round, on this side, you have to do the forward lunge on the other side too. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Dumbbell down. I'm going to go a little bit lighter today. We're going to do forward, side, and down. 2, 1. Good. So we're going to bring it up, open, and down. Up, open, and down. So I am doing palms face the floor right now. As long as that feels okay, keep doing that. If you need to, thumbs in, thumbs up, in, and down. Just a little bit of a difference with your hand position. It's just a little 2 second, or not even a second, like a half a second rotation to change your position. open, and down. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it in. We're gonna switch it over to the other side, lunge and side lunge. Remember, if you were doing a forward lunge here, you've gotta do a forward lunge here as well. 2, and 1. So, forward lunge, and back, side lunge, and up. Forward lunge, lift, side lunge, and lift. Down, up, out, and in. So slow and steady, as deep as your knees will let you go. So a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times lunges and squats, knee pain is from technique, not always, but a lot of times it's good. Bring it in. A lot of times it's technique, or your knee just isn't used to that range of motion. So just be gentle with it. So 2 ways. Here we go. This time we're going to do side, front, and down. So side, front, and down. And same thing. And you can do side lift, in, and down. So palm forward, lift, bring it in and down, or thumbs forwards, bring it in and down. Good, we've got about 10 seconds. We have one more standing circuit and then an optional core finisher at the end. Here's 2 and 1. All right, we've got jumping jacks. Jumping jacks. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So just tap it side and side. If you want to do high impact, go for it. I'm keeping it low. Just tap and tap. If you can only bring your arms up to the side, that's okay too. We just want to try to go as high as we can, up and over. Maybe you can do an overhead press. This is where I would want you to push, whereas when we did our curls, I wanted you to pull. But after doing those 2 rounds of shoulders, I'm already feeling my shoulders here. That's why I did it. We're over halfway. Remember, this is our 30 seconds of cardio, or 60 seconds of cardio. We got 20 seconds left. Good, tap, tap. Arms up overhead, try to clap, try to get your fingertips to touch. 10 seconds. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Shake it out, walk it around. Grab a quick drink. So we're gonna do a side leg pulse. If you have a circle band, please say this is light, it is. If you have a circle band, grab it. If you don't, no big deal. No big deal. This is just gonna make it a little harder. This is 100% optional. Do not feel you have to do this. We're just gonna take the leg out and we're just gonna pulse. And then we're gonna do tricep kickbacks, 2 rounds, and then we're gonna do skips. Skips, how long has it been since you've skipped? But decide if you wanna grab this or not. If you don't, no big deal. Body weight only, you're golden. 45 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. What I want you to watch out for, so a little sink in on this leg. Watch out for leg coming out in front. So we don't want to let the leg come in front, and we don't want to turn our toe out towards the corner. If you feel it here, you've rotated your foot out. I want you to almost rotate your heel out to the side so that your toe is pointing forward. So rotate from the hip, almost like you're leading with the side of your ankle, and try to keep your leg to the side. So imagine if you're against a wall, so if the wall is behind you, I almost want you to think about keeping your heel glued to that wall. Keep your heel glued to your wall. Good, rest. We're gonna go for triceps. You can do kickbacks, you can do overhead extensions. I'm gonna do overhead extensions just for convenience. I don't wanna get out any more dumbbells. 2 and 1. So I'm gonna lower and I'm gonna lift. If this does not feel good, do a kickback. Do a kickback. Hinge forwards, elbow pointing back behind you, straighten your elbow and bend your elbow. You don't have to force yourself to do an exercise if it hurts or if it causes you pain and discomfort later on. Kind of your test is how do you feel later? Sometimes if, you know, you a couple days later, I always get the 2 days later, which I don't do that anymore. I don't lift that heavy anymore usually. But if it's 2 days later and you can't walk up and down stairs anymore, here's 2 and 1. You may have overdone it a little the last workout. All right, we're gonna do our side leg right here. So we still wanna stand tall, lean in a little, sink in just a little, rotate that hip in, good, and we're gonna take it out and we're gonna come down. And it doesn't have to be, you know, we're not doing big lifts here, and it doesn't have to be like super fast pulsing. I want that slow and controlled. You can have a hand on a wall for support. If you're here, that's okay. Just make sure we're not leaning our body so that we can get that leg up higher. It's okay if your leg stays a little bit lower. So lift and down, lift and down. Don't let that toe rotate out. It's gonna want to, especially when you start getting tired. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna go for our triceps. I'm gonna go ahead and take my loop off. So just nice and tall, tricep kickbacks or overhead extension, whatever feels better. Here we go. So lower the dumbbell, lift the dumbbell. I kind of sound a little bit like a bowl of Rice Krispies today. I'll do something and I just get that random pop. So whatever you pick, your elbow stays locked in. So here, my elbow is locked in, pointing up towards the ceiling. If I'm doing a kickback, it's locked in, close to my body, pointing behind me. So we don't want to do a pull here, and we don't want to have our arm kicking out to the side. Having it close to your body is going to feel better on your shoulders. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Dumbbells down. We've got our skips, and you can just do a little bit of a knee drive with some arms. So our skips is we're gonna drive and drive right here. So this is kind of your option 1, is we're gonna drive. So there's no jumping, there's no bouncing, no bounding, just good knees. If you can, you're gonna add a little heel lift. So you're gonna drive the knee up and your other heel is going to do a little heel lift. Like you wanna get a little higher off of the floor. If you can, you're gonna do an actual jump. You're gonna do an actual jump. It's kind of a little bounce. We gotta remember skipping when we were younger. And then we get older and they say, stop doing stuff like this. We need to do stuff like this. We need to play every now and again. 10 seconds. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, shake it out, walk around, grab a quick drink. Decide, do you want to do the core finisher? We have time, and I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest. So we're gonna do, you can stay standing too, that's an option. We're gonna do cross climbers. So we're gonna do a mountain climber, but we're gonna do knee to opposite elbow. If you want to stand, right here. Side planks. Single side farmer carry, round 1 right, round 2 left. Third exercise is a crunch with a heel drop. You can do just a weighted march, or you can do a little standing crunch. Personal preference, okay? But we're gonna take it down to the floor, 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest. Decide if you wanna do standing or sitting. I need a little more water. So cross climber. Remember, this is slow and steady. I want you to focus on core. 45 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So lift up into your plank. I'm gonna bring knee forward, take it to my opposite elbow, center, and set it down. So forward, rotate, in, and back. So forward, rotate, center, down. Forward, center, or take it over to the elbow and center and down. Forward, elbow, center, and down. If you want to do this standing, forward, center, in, and down. Or I should say center, elbow, center, and down. Whatever feels good for you. So this is all about control. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Short rest. We're gonna do our side plank. If you don't wanna do side plank, you are welcome to do your farmer carry heavy dumbbell if you can on one side only. 3, 2, and 1. So our first option is just hands or elbows, both knees, or top leg, you're gonna take it out. I want you to lift with your outer hip and with your core. I want you to lift like you're trying to take this side of your body up to the ceiling by lifting this one. So you're doing a little bit of a side bend, very, very small. Arm is up. If you need to, you can always take your bottom leg out and your top leg can be back, giving you a little support. This looks kind of weird, but this is a good way to get into doing toe planks. 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully bring it in, bring it down. We're gonna switch it over to the other side. So if you're doing the farmer's carry, you're gonna switch it over to the other side. You can march, but I'd like it if you could walk around. Good, 3, 2, and 1. So lift it up. So shoulder is over your elbow and your wrist. We don't wanna let the wrist go way far out. Start on your knees, then you can take your top leg out, and it's just a nice good hold. This shoulder, instead of being here, can you try to open it up back behind you? Now again, what you can do, bottom leg is straight, top leg, your foot is flat, your hip is open. So you've got a lot more support here. So this is an option if you're ready for it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully bring it in. We're gonna go onto our backs. And we're gonna do a crunch. We're gonna start with our feet in dead bug. We're gonna do dead bug, and we're gonna start in the up position, and then we're gonna lower down, and we're gonna take a heel down, crunch, and heel down. Crunch, heel down. Don't let the knees start coming in really far. And when we take the heel down, we don't want to let our ribs lift up. We're trying to hold that little bit of a crunch as we take the heel down. We're trying to keep your spine supported. Good, 15 seconds. So there really isn't a lot of arching and rounding in your low back. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. We're gonna come over to a seated position. We're gonna get ready for our stretching. So we're gonna bring it into the center. So we're gonna sit up nice and tall. We're gonna take our feet a little bit wide, hands by your hips, shoulders down and back, and we're gonna start with our 90-90s. Now you can absolutely do this, just moving a little bit side to side. So side and side. So just a little rotation, trying to be gentle with our hips. 2 and 1. Bring it into the center. We're going to take both feet out. So try to keep your knees down. Your feet are just relaxed. They don't have to be flexed or they don't have to be pointed. And we're just going to walk ourselves forwards until we feel a little bit of a stretch in our hamstring and maybe a little bit of a stretch in your low back. Good, go ahead and bring it back up. We're gonna take the bottoms of the feet touching. We're gonna gently press those knees out to the side. You can grab your toes and we're gonna very gently hinge forwards. You may not be ready to go to the hinge forwards and maybe you just need to have your hands by your hips and we just focus on taking those knees out to the side and then you can work on sitting up nice and tall and then work on sitting up and not holding on. But I know some people are a little bit more flexible, a little bit more hip mobility, and they can do a little forward fold. If that's you, go ahead. Good, let's bring it up. We're gonna flip it over onto hands and knees. We're gonna sit it back into our child's pose. So reach it out. So just a nice, good stretch. You can add a little wiggle side to side if you'd like. Good. Press the hands into the floor. Take a nice deep breath in. We're going to pull ourselves forwards into a nice, good plank. Option 1, point your toes, and then you're going to squeeze your glutes and drop your hips down towards the floor. If that doesn't feel good, you can come down onto your forearms. So Sphinx, or you can go all the way down onto your tummy. It's completely up to you. We want to do this, it's a hip stretch, so we're trying to stretch the fronts of our hips, but we want to take the pressure off of our wrists and our shoulders and our back. So you just might have to find the one that works for you. Good morning. Somebody was wondering where you were this morning. See, I knew she'd join us eventually. Good. Let's go ahead and tuck the toes under. Walk your hands back to your knees, hips towards your heels. We're going to go ahead and come up to a standing position. So take your time, and if you need to stay sitting on the floor, that's okay too. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, hands behind the ears, and then exhale, hands in the small of your back. So we're going to go ahead and bring it in, a little shoulder work, take it down, bring it in, and take it down. Good. Arms down, shoulders away from the ears, ear to shoulder, side to side. Bring the head up. We're going to look to one side, look to the other. Good. Bring it in the center. Big breath in. Spread the fingers, spread the toes, and exhale. One more time. Big breath in and out. And you are all done.